Hey, what's up, SEO pros? Big news! I recently discovered SEO Nitro, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. In just days, I saw incredible results that blew my mind. With SEO Nitro, you can get links from thousands of different C-block IPs, with most powerful links at a fraction of the cost. Patent software lets you control your entire backlink profile in minutes. Add, remove, and change links at any time. Protect your site from Google's changes with SEO Nitro's revolutionary backlinking software. Imagine having the power to have laser-targeted themed backlinks, automated link spinning, set it and forget it. Thousands of stellar sites and manual and automated posting options. SEO Nitro is the ultimate SEO weapon. Head on to SEONitro.com now to revolutionize your SEO game. Don't miss out on page one. It's just click away. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Hi, Stefan, my man. If you're just tuning in, we have Mark Rofe coming in. We'll be talking about some viral link building campaigns. He's a digital PR expert, and we'll be talking about how you can coming up with ideas and going viral. Happy International Women's Day for all the women in SEO. Thank you for Stefan for letting us know. All right. So if you guys still got a couple more copies of, let me see. I got a couple more copies of the SEO in 2024 book, and if you are in the US, let me know. Shoot me an email at dre@seo.video, and I will gladly send you a copy. And Nicole, I got your email. I know you're based out of Italy. If the Kindle version works, I'll be happy to send you a Kindle version. Jeremy says, happy March Core Update Friday. Oh yeah, a few of my sites got whacked upside the head pretty hard. Oh man, what's up, Jeremy? I saw that, and I feel like it says that they're targeting expired domains, parasites. What else was there? And that's in my notes today. But I'll be talking about a bunch of those. I know that a lot of common like tactics that we all SEOs love using. They're kind of cracking down on that. I see a bunch of you out there, guys. Don't be shy. Say hi in the live chat. We're waiting for Mark Rofe, and we'll be talking about viral link building for SEO. Mark Rofe is the founder of digitalprcourse.com, and I believe christmastrees.co.uk. Yep, he runs christmastrees.co.uk. Ernesto, yo, what's up, my man? Don't forget to check out SEONitro.com. I've been using Dory's service for quite some time now, and knock on wood, nothing has happened with the updates. Knocking my links. If you're just tuning in, we got Mark Rofe coming in. We'll be talking about viral link building campaigns for SEO. If you didn't know, Mark was, he actually bought a billboard that said date Mark and went viral. He bought a billboard in UK and says date me or something like that, and it goes to datemark.com. Got a lot of coverage for that. Interesting stuff there. Don't be shy, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. Say hi in the live chat. Lucy says hi. Okay, we got 4 more minutes to go. I don't see Mark on yet, so let me go check my email just to make sure he's not having problems. Internet problems, just so you know, I'm not bullshitting. Oh shit, sorry. Oh man. So Mark's actually having some problems right now. We'll see when he gets in. I'll introduce him in. Let's see. Oh no. Alright guys, so Mark's actually having some internet problems right now. I told him to use his phone if his internet does not work. We'll see if he comes on. If not, I'll go through the news. I usually have something prepared if you have something. But I don't have something prepared in case Mark does not show up. I usually will have like some kind of presentation. Maybe we can talk about something. Maybe you guys can let me know in the live chat if you want to talk about something. Yep. Okay. So he is actually having internet problems. We'll see. We'll go through the news. If not, I can possibly hop on later if he comes back on, and we can go straight into the interview. Don't be shy, guys. Be sure to say hi in the live chat. We have Jeremy. You can interview me. If Mark doesn't make it, hey, Jeremy, if you want, I can interview you if you want. You come on. If he doesn't show up, I'm totally down to bring you on. That'll be a first. Oh, let me go get my tea real quick. I would suck and waste everyone's time. Hey, have a great conversation. Let us know what you're doing in SEO. I know you have some few projects going on yourself. I mentioned you also just got a new gig too, right? From what I remember seeing. All right, guys, we got less than 1 minute to go. So again, just so you guys know, Mark may not be able to. Okay, he's gonna try going on the phone, and we'll see how that goes. But let me go ahead and get things started here. Want to unlock the keys to search engine dominance in 2024? The 5th annual SEO Spring Training Conference returns April 3rd through 7th in Scottsdale, Arizona. Join hundreds of search engine marketers and leaders to get the latest strategies, tactics, and insights to boost your SEO success. Attend over 40 sessions on topics like advanced SEO techniques, AI optimization, local SEO, and more. And actual takeaways from renowned industry professionals leading the way in SEO innovation. And most importantly, connect and build relationships through networking events designed to foster career growth and strong community of marketing peers. Space is limited, so secure your spot today before tickets sell out. Visit SEOspringtraining.com to register and check out conference details. Level up your SEO skills in Scottsdale with SEO Spring Training 2024.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started, no delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre De Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guest, and my guest this week is Mark Rofe, the founder of digitalprcourse.com. Before we get started, let's say what's up to in chat. I see Jeremy, Lucy, Ernesto, Kobe, Stefan, Kenneth. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, why did the SEO cross the road? They wanted to get hit by traffic.
All right, Google announced the March 2024 core update. This is designed to improve the quality of search by showing less content that feels like it was made to attract clicks, more content that people find helpful. They also shared the new spam policy to handle better practices that can negatively impact your Google search results. Expired domain abuse, scaled content abuse, programmatic SEO, site reputation abuse, Parasite SEO. I mean, a lot of these popular SEO tactics are being used today by a lot of us. So let me know how you get, if you got hit by this current update. Okay. Google's new search feature emphasizes a need to focus on multimedia SEO. Let's check this one out.
Google is rolling out something to specific users where you can do specific circles to do a search. Now, why does this change the web? Well, it changes the way that people can search. They can be inside of a video, they can be inside of an image, and they can do a circle, or they can click into something and they can search and go directly to a product or go directly to an image that's on a website. Now, when you think about that, that's a new way to do optimization. And if you don't have good images, and if you don't have good products, if you don't have these things displayed on your websites, and if you're not inside of Google Shopping, if you're on the product side, then there's no way you're going to be able to get this traffic that's from these new features from circles to search inside of Google. Here's what you're going to want to do. Optimize high quality image content on your website. I'm talking blogs, service pages, everything you can. Try to understand the queries that are serving these things the most. You can see some of these rich results now inside of a tool like SEMrush, but this is going to change as more circles to search start coming to phones. Make sure you're optimizing your images and your videos with schema so that Google can understand it. But at the end of the day, I am highly encouraging everybody to invest in more multimedia for products, for blogs, for service pages, and to use schema and mark up things properly so that you can show up more in circles for search.
Google Images are also suitable for Google. Good images, are good for Google Discover. And we all know video is more important than ever, and which is also being pulled in different Google features on search. Okay, Bruce Clay shares another popular voice, another type of search, how we can optimize for Alexa and Google Assistant. Let's check this one out.
How can I optimize for Alexa and Google Assistant? Optimizing for voice search assistants like Alexa and Google Assistant is becoming increasingly popular for businesses to stay competitive in the digital landscape. Several key strategies can help in achieving better voice search visibility. Firstly, focus on creating conversational and natural language content. Voice search queries are often phrased as questions or commands, so optimizing content to match these queries can improve the chances of being featured in voice search results. Secondly, optimize for local search, as voice search is often used for location-based queries. Ensure your business information is accurate and up-to-date in online directories, especially in Google Business Profile. Thirdly, improve website loading speed and mobile responsiveness. Voice search users often seek immediate answers, so a fast-loading and mobile-friendly website is most likely to be favored by voice assistants. Fourth, use schema markup to provide additional context to search engines about your content. This can enhance your website's chances of being featured in rich snippets and voice search results. Lastly, regularly update and maintain your content to ensure it remains relevant and accurate. Voice assistants prioritize fresh and up-to-date information when providing answers to user queries. If done correctly, businesses can enhance their visibility in voice search results and effectively reach their target audience in the growing voice-enabled search environment.
Personally, I have been catching myself using voice search recently at home. But most of my searches are around like cooking, pop culture, or even like sports scores. So nothing really with commercial intent. So that can be an interesting strategy optimizing for voice search for businesses, especially for B2B. I don't think that would be a good thing to optimize for. Okay, decoding Google's AI, the secrets behind SEO keywords and ranking algorithms by Josh Baczynski. Let's check this one out.
We all know Google is using some AI, but what AI exactly are they using to determine what synonyms and co-occurring words and LSI words and NLP words, what words should we be putting in the page that will boost? A lot of people talk about NLP, which stands for Natural Language Programming. It is a type of artificial intelligence, which is not the same at all as, say, ChatGPT, which is an LLM, which stands for a large language model. One is a transformer, the other is not. One has XYZ entities, an LLM will think words A, B, and C are important, whereas an NLP AI will think completely different words are important, like XYZ are important. And so if you guess wrong, if you guess Google is using NLP as their primary on-page ranking algorithm, the only one they use apparently, when it's not the case, they use like 12, then you won't have boosting keywords in your page. If you do, it's completely and utterly by accident. The same thing goes with something called LSI, which a lot of people think that's what Google is using and have for the last 20 years, because that technology is like 30 years old. It stands for latent semantic indexing. And basically, it uses co-occurring words anywhere in the page. So if you're trying to rank for red apples, and if all the pages online that talk about red apples also say blue strawberries, then if you say blue strawberries on your red apples page, you will therefore get a boost. If, and only if, Google is using LSI, AIs, and it's not really even an artificial intelligence, really, LSI as a boosting algorithm.
My favorite entity and NLP content optimizers are Page Optimizer Pro by Kyle Roof and Cora by Ted Kubaitis. You can get a discount link in the description if you want to try those tools out. Okay, how to deliver SEO results with Sylvia Marty. Let's check this one out.
So in that way, you need to first understand the business objectives. You need to understand what is important for them. So for example, maybe there's companies that they prefer to have a call, and then they want you to tell them all the details about, okay, I'm doing these actions, and then the results is these ones. But maybe there's other people that they prefer email, right? So they want you to communicate in an email, okay, this is the data, this is the revenue, this is what we're doing, like very concise. So you need to understand what they want and what are the main KPIs, like what are they valuing, right? Are they looking for traffic? Are they looking for revenue in a specific area? So the more specific that you are connecting your results with what they are looking after, with their strategy or their goals, the better. So that's very important when you are like consultant or agency, understanding your client and reporting on that in a way that is meaningful to them, right?
As a consultant myself, you must be really transparent about what you deliver. For example, I do guarantee an increase in rankings, but I can't guarantee, more leads or sales, because there are other factors to increase leads and sales, whether it's like landing pages or salespeople close rates. But I do say I will help out and can also advise on doing some CRO work for them as well. But always know that, I'm optimizing for these keywords to get you ranking, to eventually get you more organic traffic. So be sure to be specific on what you're going to deliver. You can also always put in your SOW. We'll be actually discussing SEO storytelling in detail with our special guest next week, Will Critchlow. So be sure to check that one out. So let's go ahead and see if Mark was able to get in here. Mark, I see you are called in, but I don't see a photo of you. or your picture. Let's see here. Internet problems. I'm actually a nightmare cut. Let's see. Oh, there. I see. Okay, he was in there. You're in. Okay, he was in. All right, guys, just so you guys have a heads up, Mark is having internet problems right now. Let me go ahead and put some music on while we kind of get him in here as we finished all the news for today. All right, guys, so while we wait for Mark to log in, let me see if you guys have any questions out there for me. See how many of you are out there. I see about 18 of you out there. Again, if you want to get a copy of the SEO in 2024 book, shoot me. If you're based in the US, dre@seo.video. Send me your address at dre@seo.video. And also, don't forget to check out SEOspringtraining.com if you guys are looking to join a conference. Level up your SEO game, network with a bunch of SEOs, do possible collaborations with other SEOs. I know that's where I do meet a lot of people to either get on the show, whether they're speakers or they're actually just attendees. Great way to network there. And of course, if you guys need some high quality links, you can also visit Ferry's website, search-intelligence.co.uk. He's actually a sponsor of the YouTube channel. All right, let's see here. Okay. If you guys are just tuning in, we are actually having a little bit, Mark's actually having some internet problems. Get the book from Dre. The 2023 edition was just fantastic. I learned a ton. You got the 2024 too, right? Right, Jeremy? You got the 2024. Yeah, working on my way through the 2024 one. So be sure to get that out. Don't be shy, guys. Shoot me an email. I won't dox you. I won't come to your house. I'll just mail you a copy of the book. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give Mark, let's see, about 3 more minutes to get things working on here. And Jeremy, are you down to come on? Are you down to come on if he doesn't make it? Let me give him 3 minutes. All right, guys. So let's see here. Any questions out there for anyone watching? Again, we are actually still waiting for Mark to join. He is actually having some internet problems. If you have any questions on anything SEO, anything on getting hired as an SEO consultant, contractor, or a full-time employee, you can ask me some questions. I had a pretty great career and still growing. Jeremy says it would be a mess. All right, let me see here. We got more people coming on. So guys, if you guys have any questions, let me know. We are still waiting for Mark to join. He is actually having some internet problems. We're just giving him a couple more minutes to see if he can join. If not, I can ask questions. If anyone's not shy out there to ask me some questions, Jeremy, ask me some questions, so I can so we can get a conversation going here while. All right, yeah, Mark sent you a DM on Twitter earlier. Yes, Francisco, I just saw it right now. He actually emailed me too. Thank you for letting me know, Francisco. Where are you calling from? Where are you watching from, Francisco? I'm going to actually start. I'm very, very. I'm a huge advocate for video, right? So I'm gonna actually start working on my playlist, my video SEO playlist, on ranking videos on Google and on YouTube. So be sure to stay tuned for that. I have a few tools that I'll be showing off that you guys can use for your video marketing strategies, and I'll be able to get you guys discounts on those tools as well. So that's gonna be fun. I mean, I love video. This is something I've always done and I've always started really repurposing, right? I mean, the video is like the top form of content to really repurpose into a podcast, into blogs, into smaller snippets and clips and little 1 minute vertical videos. Francisco is from UK. What's up, UK? Whoops, wrong button. What's up, UK? What's this? Jaybird, brother, just press record. Basically, it's what. Oh, we have Mark's on right now. Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. All right, Jaybird. We'll talk more about SEO. We'll talk more about YouTube videos later, but we're going to get on with the show here. Mark just was able to get joined on, so Jeremy, doesn't look like you have to come on after all, but if you're ready, let me know when you ever want to come on. But let me go ahead and get things ready here. But before we get started, here is a word from our sponsor. Are you struggling to get high authority backlinks? My buddy Ferry has a perfect solution for you.
How much do you think this digital PR campaign is worth? Wait just 1 minute before you answer. Watch as we hijack the news with Taylor Swift and Barbie to get you the links. Now we can take this data set from ONS and paste it right into your emails to get you the links. Now how much do you think this campaign is worth? Don't answer! Wait until you see Bloomberg, BBC, Forbes, top tier national and regional news outlets, reactive PR, data PR, expert commentary, over 70 team members at your disposal. This product is so hot I need a fan! And then listen to what campaigns we do at no extra charge. Gain character wages, bananas and sleep, best dates for dogs, luckiest UK areas, and many more. All for just how much did you guess? 10,000? 20,000? Even more? No! It's just £5,500. That's right. It's 5.5 grand. It's an incredible value, but it's true. It's digital PR from Search Intelligence. Order today. P.O. Box, searchintelligence.co.uk. Except B2B clients.
Mark worked at one of the UK's fastest growing digital PR entities before leaving to launch his own online Christmas tree delivery business. He has been featured on thousands of publications and his face has been beamed on TV screens to millions across the world. He knows how to get links and media coverage and is excited to show you everything he learned. You can too. Please welcome Mark Rofe. Mark, my man, welcome to the show.
Thank you. What an intro! I wasn't expecting that. I love the effects, the sound, and everything.
Love it. Everyone's gonna round of applause for Mark. Thank you, Mark. I know you're having some problems. I was trying to get some questions from the audience while you're gone, but I'm glad to finally see you here. Are you actually on your internet, your phone internet, or how'd you get on?
So I've had to tether on my phone. So I've lived here for about a year, never had problems with the internet. Well, apart from once. It just so happened just before joining your podcast that, I have these problems. But I'm here now. So,
Love it. Okay, I'm gonna go right into the questions. And this is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does Mark get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Well, it's not necessarily something that I do, but I think we all know that if you want to get on the first page of Google now, that all you have to do is some Parasite SEO and use Reddit. And no, I'm just kidding. I mean, that is one way that you could do it, but I think it really depends on the keyword that you're trying to rank for. And I'm sorry, this is a really boring answer, but it basically comes down to your content, how good your tech SEO is, and also how authoritative your domain is. So lots and lots of links, and good links as well.
Love that. Love that. Hold on. Let's rewind this real quick. Take us way back. Way back. When did you first get into SEO?
So, oh man, it must have been about maybe 2006, 2007. I decided at that point that I was going to get rich off the internet, So I made a voucher code website, and then, I thought that would be it. I'm on my road to being wealthy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't really work out like that. I think at that point, I then discovered that, oh, hang on, I need people to visit that website if I'm going to earn, some money off of these like affiliate links that I've got on my website.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, probably a lot of people come from SEO like that, but yeah, that was the way I came into it.
Love it. Love it. So what made you actually so interested in it? Why not like paid search? Why not social? Why SEO?
No, I think that's a good question. I think when I was kind of after university, I did a little bit of everything in terms of the digital marketing. So I kind of explored, I was affiliate manager at one point. I did a bit of PPC. I did some technical SEO. I just really wanted to get, an idea of just a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. And then from that point, I decided what I did like. And for me, it was to move maybe a little bit away from SEO, but it's kind of still relevant into more the digital PR side of things, because that for me was something that I really enjoyed doing. And yeah, I found my place there.
Love that. Love that. So how'd you actually learn it then? How'd you, were you any resources back then?
I mean, I think it was just when I first started, infographics were a very big thing. So it was just basically, I don't want to say copying but emulating what others were doing that they were having success with, and changing that to have a go at what I was doing. And so I did a bit of that, resource link building. But I think that the best way to learn is just to go ahead and just practice and do it yourself. And I think if you want to learn SEO, then the best way to do that is really to work for an agency, because you're getting out there, you are practicing, you've got lots of different clients you can work with, and you're getting paid for it. So it's basically it's like a free education in a way, or paid education. But you're getting paid. Yep.
Love that. Love that. Okay, the topic for today is creating viral campaigns for link building. And I know link building is one of your specialties through digital PR. I'm curious right now, let's go on the topic of going viral. I mean, can you kind of walk us through a case study of a viral campaign that you found particularly impactful?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be silly to come on here and not mention the billboard that I put up a few years ago to get a date. And this is something that I always mention, so if you know about me, I'm sorry that I'm bringing it up again. But yeah, I mean, so 4 years ago, I put up a billboard to get a date, and it just went absolutely wild. I was on the Jimmy Fallon show, I think it's called The Late Show. Mm-hmm. I was on I forgot her name, but is it Ellen? The Ellen show. Mm-hmm. This is over in the US. And in the UK, I was on some popular shows like on This Morning, on the BBC, and loads of other ones that I'm not familiar with, just basically all around the world. So I saw firsthand, what the effect of going viral can be. Mm-hmm. And in that instance, I think I had thousands of people, and it sounds silly, apply to date me. And yeah, it was just a crazy experience.
Mm. Love that. So it was actually we went to a website and it actually, you got a form for them to fill out and send their photos or something like that?
Exactly. I probably didn't describe it very well, but yeah, there was a billboard, and it was just me laying down on it saying this could be the sign you've been waiting for. And it just said date Mark, and then it said visit datingmark.co.uk. I think that website is still up, but applications are closed now. I'm with someone, so if you're interested, I'm sorry,
Love that. Okay. So let's pick that campaign apart. So you actually had to go into a website and you got a bunch of backlinks. I'm curious, what elements do you think that was of this billboard campaign was very successful for that viral success?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a few things that made it work.
Okay.
And one of the things is just that with anything that goes viral, you'll notice that it gets a reaction. So it's either something that people kind of relate to or resonate with, or that they're passionate about, or something that they really care about. And I think that it resonated with a lot of people because basically, like, the dating apps suck. It was kind of very much in the moment of a lot of people felt the same way, that this guy has really struggled with the apps. He's like put a billboard up. And there was a few other things as well. So I did the font in Comic Sans because I thought that if I tried to make it just the whole thing really bad, that it might almost be good. And I noticed when I did that was something that a lot of people were reacting to. Maybe the comments were like, you know what, like he's all right looking or whatever, but he's using Comic Sans. That's a red flag. Don't do it. Or just tons of comments about the font that I used. So I think there's a lesson in there. You can sometimes take things and purposely put them in there in order to get people to react. I guess another way that you could do that, for example, would be to put a typo. If you ever put a typo in something, people love to point it out, like, oh my God, like there's such and such, there's a typo there. You see what I mean? People can't help but react to that.
Yep. Love that. Great tip right there. So I'm curious now. Let's take all your campaigns that you've done, like that some went viral or anything like that. I'm curious, like, what are some common patterns or traits that you've actually been seeing within all the other campaigns that have gone viral for you?
Yeah. So I just mentioned there that I think that you need people to react. You need to generate like an emotional reaction, whatever that is, whether that's making them laugh or making them angry or making them feel sad, whatever it is. They need to feel that, and they need to feel really strongly about it, because when they do, they're then going to share it with everyone else. It's going to go on WhatsApp, it's going to be shared on Facebook, it's going to be shared on Twitter. So I think that's a very important thing. But the other main thing would be the timing. Timeliness is super, super important. And with the billboards, I did it just before Valentine's. So journalists were already looking for stories around love, and it just hit the spot for them. I ended up being on the homepage of the BBC twice. Once when I put up the billboards, and then like a week or a few days later after I said that I was going on my first date. So if you notice anything that goes viral, it usually has those two elements. It is the timeliness, and it is the emotional reaction. It makes people feel something.
Excellent.
Love that. So when you talk about especially backlinks, I'm curious, I'm pretty sure you're getting a lot of social shares and a lot of social mentions as well, right? I mean, do you feel that was actually helping out with getting more backlinks?
Yeah, definitely. I got quite a few backlinks from it. I think because there was an asset, there was somewhere for people to visit, and I had that datingmark.co.uk website. So if people wanted to apply, journalists were like, oh, and if you want to apply, it gave them a reason to link. I think if I'd have done it and I just put my phone number, which would have been very risky, obviously, I probably would have got less links. And that doesn't mean to say that everyone that covered it gave me a link, because they didn't. But if you have something that means that a journalist is able to link to you, then you're far more likely to get that.
Got it. So I'm curious, you're talking about the reactions. Are there any particular reactions that you saw that will get you more virally, where it's either makes you either something that's happy, sad, or angry? That kind of drawing that kind of reaction.
I mean, it sounds really bad to say, but if you look at Twitter and the kind of things that go viral on there, it tends to be when people get angry. So those things tend to work best. So anger or fear. And I think maybe that's something you could be, if you're doing campaigns, need to be a little bit careful about, because maybe you don't want to do, basically just be spreading fear with everyone.
Yeah.
Those tend to work well, I guess.
Got it. Love that. So that actually kind of brings me to my next question. How do you balance the desire of virality with staying true to your brand's voice and mission? I mean, is there any other risk? I mean, is there a risk of a campaign going viral for the wrong reason?
Yeah, there is. And I'm trying to think of the example, and it's gone off the top of my head, the company that did it. But on the London Underground, a few years back, there was a company that put up, again, a billboard that said like, "Are you beach body ready?" And it had like a rather kind of slim looking woman, if I remember correctly, on it. And that got a lot of hate, and it went like, again, that went absolutely viral. So I think from a brand point of view, it maybe didn't place that particular brand, quite well in people's minds. However, they did also get a ton of links off the back of it. So if you're it's a strange kind of balance there. If you're the SEO team, you're thinking, this is fantastic. I've been able to get so many links. This is brilliant. What a great marketing campaign. But if you're like on the brand side, you might be thinking, this is terrible. Everyone is talking about our billboard, and not in a good way either. So I think it's just a case of balancing those things out a little bit. And I think sometimes you could go maybe one way of being too like, oh, let's do what we want. Who cares? And just get the links, and not take brand into consideration. But equally, I think you could go too far the other way with brand, where brand is almost becoming, in a way, like too protective and restrictive. And essentially, sometimes I will call those types of companies like the link prevention team, because they want links, they don't want to let you do anything that's gonna, a little bit out there. To do that, sometimes you have to be brave and you have to be bold. So yeah, it's just striking the balance.
Love that. So, I've doing actual billboards. That's an interesting way to do campaigns. I mean, like, how expensive or how much does something like that cost for doing a billboard? And was the billboard like in a really high traffic area?
Yeah, I think I would love to tell you that when I did mine, that I researched it meticulously and I chose the perfect spot. But really, I got a little bit lucky because I put it up in Manchester. And unbeknownst to me, the BBC office is around the corner from where I put it up. So the TV crew were driving past it and saw it. And I think that's partially why I may have ended up talking about it on BBC on TV. But I can't remember the cost of the actual billboard. It was definitely between £400 and £500. I don't know what that is in dollars. Must be like $600 or $700. But I did ask for a discount, and I explained to the company what it was that I wanted to do, and said, "Hey, I can mention you on the bottom of the website." I said something like that, so I got a small discount. But I think there's going to be lots of variable factors, like footfall or just how the size of it. There's lots of different variables to consider, I guess. I'm not a billboard expert. I bought one billboard and that was it. So, that's just based on my experience.
Love that. I mean, $600. I mean, if that's, around that range, that's a price of just one or two backlinks, like from a good reputable source.
Yeah, if you think about it in that, in terms of ROI, in terms of links, it's fantastic. But I would say that sometimes those types of ideas, and this will be the same for whoever your clients are, whatever, there's just some that are just not, you're probably going to struggle to get them to go viral. That was a nice fun idea. Maybe if you've got like a forklift hire company or something like that, doing something viral, or like any kind of B2B stuff, it might be a little bit tricky. There might be an angle, but if you've got like a fun product or whatever, it's going to be far easier.
Love that. Okay, so I want to go into if you want, were there some campaigns that you launched that were going to go viral but did not? And I'm curious, what happened there? Like, why what you think went wrong of something that didn't go viral for you?
So I did work on one that I was like, I'm pretty sure that this is going to do fantastically well. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it for NDA reasons, but it's okay because I can still share the lesson that I learned from it.
Okay.
And it was basically the fact that we did it in August, and in August, that's a time when, especially like in the UK, I don't know what it's like in the US, where a lot of people take holidays or vacations, and I think that if we'd have ran that campaign in another month, then we might have had more success with it, and it might have been able to go like viral. And it just boils down to timeliness again, and sometimes it's really hard to call. And I'll be the first to say that, and I don't think many people admit this, sometimes when you do go viral, or when campaigns do go viral, there's an element of luck there, but you put yourself in that position to kind of make that luck. But often it's just something that's out of your control that works in your favor. Like I just said to you there, I think I ended up on the BBC because I did the billboard around the corner from their office, and I had no idea. So that was probably my little bit of luck there.
All right, love that. I love that. Okay, so I want to go into coming up with campaign ideas. I mean, obviously you have to come up with some campaign ideas. I mean, this is part of your digitalprcourse.com topics that you have on there. So you actually mentioned that consumption is the key to ideation. Can you elaborate more on types of content that are most beneficial to consume when trying to generate campaign ideas?
Sure. So I think it really depends on the types of clients that you have. But when I say kind of consumption, what I mean is perhaps the worst way to come up with ideas is to just get everyone in a room. And by the way, lots of agencies do this. Just sit them down and be like, right, think of something. And you might be able to think of something that's like an okay idea or even a good idea. But you need, if you think about it in this way, you kind of need inputs in your mind to kind of create outputs. So when I say about consumption, I'll give you an example that I worked on last year, and I'll try to explain it as best as I can because it's kind of a bit of a UK thing. But in the UK, we have to pay a road tax each year, and this road tax depends on the amount of emissions that your vehicle releases. But there are some vehicles that basically you don't have to pay any road tax. But you still, because maybe they're an electric car or whatever, but you still have to log in and click kind of like paid, even though it's zero to pay, you still have to log in and do that. So I was able to put a campaign out about how many people, I think it was, that were basically being fined for not paying their road tax, even though they didn't have any road tax to pay. And the only way I found that was just by searching on Twitter. So I was searching about electric vehicle related things. And that in that instance, that was my consumption. I was looking at what is going on in this industry, what are the problems. And I think that if you can find a problem and solve it, that can be one way to kind of come up with an idea. Again, you're consuming what's going on in the industry, or find a problem and sometimes just tell people about it. That can be another way. But really, it can be anything. It can be like watching TV shows, and maybe something happens in a TV show, and you're like, oh, that's relevant to our client. Maybe we can come up with a story like around that. Or even just, I think the main way and probably the best way is to just look at other campaigns that have been done. So consume other campaigns. And when you do that, you're going to get a much better idea of what's working, what's out there. And you can take inspiration from that. And again, I'm not saying to copy, but you might think that, oh, that one works over there. What if we do that, but give it a little bit of a twist, or add this or remove that, and basically come up with a different idea, but you've used that for initial campaign that you've seen as inspiration to make something completely new. So I hope that kind of makes sense.
Yes, it does. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the live chat while I kind of go through my questions here. So I'm curious now, like when you're brainstorming and like, so what can we do to like be more efficient and effective at our ideation process? Kind of like effective at generating more viable ideas.
So I think that is to look at two things. On one side, look at what people care about that's related to your client. So maybe if it's, and one of the good ones about that is often money. So like maybe you've got something like, maybe you've got a client who does something about real estate. And I saw a campaign recently, it was like, sounded a bit clickbaity. It didn't go viral, but it worked. And it was just, don't do this to your property, otherwise you could devalue it by $30,000 or whatever. So you've got that emotional reaction there of like, or you pique someone's interest. Oh my God, what should I not do to my property? Because I don't want to lose $30,000.
Yep.
So I think it's just looking at things that people care about. Like I said, one of those things is often money, related to the industry that your client is in. But then the other side of it is to look at the timeliness as well. And when you do digital PR, what you realize that very quickly is that everything is just kind of repeats itself. And if you think about just like, I don't know, we had a pandemic recently, but 100 years or so ago we also had a pandemic, and there's going to be there's UK's in recession, but it was a UK recession before, or there's just things that are cyclical. They just repeat themselves. It could be maybe like an airline goes bust in the UK, or goes into administration. That could be something to latch onto if you have a relevant client there. So I think what you can do to come up with ideas is look at the industry that your client is in and just try and find things that repeat in the news cycle. So when they do happen again, you can latch onto that, and you could come up with a story and attach it to help yourself get coverage. I think going viral, like I said a moment ago, you do need an element of luck, and I think that it's something that everyone wants to do. Let's make this go viral or whatever, but it's really hard to do in practice. So I think that you should just be happy even if things don't go viral and you're still able to get coverage. And I think if you keep being persistent and you keep doing the campaigns and and they're working well, at some point or another you're gonna do it. You're gonna create something that does go viral, basically, provided you have the right clients to work with. Some just, if I had a client related to pensions, probably not going to have something go viral for them, but I'm still going to be getting some nice links coming in each month or whatever.
Love that. We got our first question here from the audience. Jaybird asks, are all your links organic, or how do you approach outreach? Any particular strategies?
I think all the links that I get are organic. So in terms of like, they're not paid for, if that's what I mean. Yep. But very simply, I'm just emailing journalists. That's all it is. It's just the way I kind of describe it is I'm trying to be the journalist myself, and I'm trying to write them up a story as if they would have written it, but I would probably do it in a little bit of a more concise way so that they can read it and they can understand it, and hopefully it's kind of suitable for them, even in terms of the way I've formatted it. So if you read a story or an article, you're going to have headline, photo, then the content. I'll structure my press releases or whatever you want to call it, like just my outreach emails to them in that way, because I think like subconsciously, if they can see how it looks in your email and apply that to the website, then it might make them more likely to cover it. But yeah, I'm just emailing journalists. That's all it is, really.
Love that. And now I want to get into more of your campaign formats. Of the 5 formats that you discuss in your course, which one do you find the most versatile across different industries, and why?
Yeah, so I think for sure it's going to be expert commentary, because you're going to need an expert, or journalists just love to quote experts, really. Because if you think about journalists, they're leaning on experts in order to create their content. They can't be an expert in absolutely everything. They need someone to tell them what's going on, what's happening, why. So that's definitely the most versatile. Probably not going to go viral with anything that is expert commentary. I mean, there are some examples where it can happen. I did the other year. So I've got like a Christmas tree website, and I lucked out because around the same time I put an expert commentary story out, which was related to Christmas tree shortages. There just so happened to be shortages of lots of things in the UK. This is coming off the back of the pandemic. So toys or turkeys for Christmas, etc. And yeah, when I put that expert commentary out, it just kind of rode the wave a little bit. Again, just that was a bit of luck there. And I ended up discussing, Christmas tree shortages on Sky News. But again, going viral was not the objective, but through the process of doing what I do, like I said, at some point you just hit them and you get lucky. So expert commentary is definitely the most versatile one for sure.
Love that. We got another question here from the audience from Jeremy. He asks, what seems the most exciting aspect of this strategy is all the opportunities that would result from a successful campaign. Could Mark speak on this?
So what's the most exciting, is it?
What is the most exciting aspect of this strategy is all about opportunities that would result from a successful campaign?
Yeah, I think I think one of the things, and this is going to sound bad when I say it, but just stick with me.
Okay.
One of the things I think that makes it really exciting is that you don't know what you're going to get. And I think that's almost a little bit like maybe how gamblers feel. You know, they're gambling on something, and
risk takers.
the excitement for them is, am I going to win or am I not? And you get that when you do a story, whatever story it is. You know, you put it out there. Is it going to work? Sometimes they fail. I think if someone says to you they've done some campaigns and they've always worked, then they're probably lying. But you know, it's just putting it out there. Will it work? Will it not? And I find that to be the most exciting part of the work that I do. I don't know if that answers the question. I think they said the most exciting aspect, but all of it's good.
Love that.
Definitely. Don't tell the tech SEOs, but it's definitely more interesting than tech SEO.
There you go, Jeremy. Hopefully that answers your question there. So I'm curious now, you mentioned how many backlinks are you actually kind of on average getting? I mean, there's something compared to like something from a viral campaign to like a normal traditional digital PR campaign.
I think it varies tremendously. Again, there's just so many kind of variables at play. Maybe if you do expert commentary, which I said was the most versatile, the way I look at those is they're kind of a nice campaign to do that is low cost, and you can do it. And if it doesn't work, you know, you haven't spent ages creating an asset or anything like that. They're kind of nice for links that just trickle in now and again. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, depends how much effort you put in, but they're nice to get them trickling in each month. Whereas maybe some things that are kind of like ranking indexes or something, they can do quite well as well. So maybe you could expect on average to do better with those types of campaigns. But in the last few years, it's definitely got more difficult. And I think one of the main reasons for that, and it's happening in the UK, it's happening in the US, a lot of journalists are losing their jobs. And, you know, with that happening, we're basically, if you still got the same number of PRs and journalists have kind of gone down, you basically got more PRs than journalists, and they've just got, you know, they're writing fewer stories, so you've got less chance of getting coverage. So I think that's what's happened.
Got it. Okay, so there's another campaign format that you talk about. Like, can you discuss the challenges and opportunities of using interactive content, like quizzes and polls, as a campaign format in digital PR?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I've not done an awful lot of those ones, but I think when it comes to the interactive ones, generally what's good about them is maybe you've got some built-in diversification in terms of the angles that you're able to use, and and stories that you're able to send to journalists. So that's definitely like a positive. I think one of the negatives are with those types of campaigns that they can be maybe a little bit more costly, and so when they don't work, it's that hurts basically, like financially, or it can be just a little bit more harder sometimes.
I'm curious if you got hired to do a campaign for clients and it fails, what happens? I mean, do you kind of create another campaign, or because there's costs involved? So what do you do if a campaign didn't go so well?
Yes. So if you've got a retained client and maybe you've got them for, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, a year, or whatever, then it's not a problem, because you can do a campaign and you can be like, oh, hey, that one didn't work as well as we thought it would. Never mind, we move on to the next one. And, then you're kind of increasing your success rate, because you're able to do, a number of campaigns. And you might have like 1 or 2 that don't work, but the ones that do work make up for the ones that don't. Where it can become a problem, and I've encountered this in the past, is where I've had a campaign and I worked at an agency which was a project. So when I mean by project, like they get one campaign and that's it. You've got all your eggs in one basket, and I worked on one and it didn't really work that well, but there was nothing I could do. So I'm just trying to find new angles in the data, or what can I get from there, and can I find more journalists to contact? But it's a real struggle when you get one like that. If that had been a retained client, would have just been, hey, forget it. We tried, that one didn't work, next one.
Got it. Guys, I'm coming down to my last few questions here, so be sure to go ahead and ask your questions in the live chat if you want to get them answered. So you mentioned I just totally lost my train of thought there. So let's go into when experimenting with new campaign formats. I mean, what factors do you consider to mitigate risk and maximize the chances of success? I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think if you're using a brand new campaign format that no one else has used before, you're either a genius or an idiot, because there's probably a reason no one else has done it before. So.
Okay.
Maybe you've discovered something brand new and you're a genius because it's going to work amazingly well. You've got the new format, or no one's done it before because it is such a dumb and stupid idea and it won't work. So if it's kind of brand new, it's either one of those two situations, in my opinion. But if it's something that's new to you, so not super brand new, I would just look at other campaigns that have used that format and see where they got coverage, what publications did it end up in, what type of journalists wrote about it. But for me, I personally try to stay away from thinking in just formats, because I think that you can take the format and you can think of, right, what can I do in that format? Whereas if you maybe try and ignore formats a little bit, then you might be able to come up with potentially better ideas that don't necessarily slot into that rigid format. If that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense there. So, okay, I didn't see any questions come in here. So this is the last question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. If someone wanted to get into the SEO space, and get into the SEO industry, become an SEO professional themselves, what would your advice be to them?
Yeah, so I think really I would say, if you can, go and work at an agency, because you're going to learn so much. You're going to get paid for that learning experience. If you can't join an agency, then definitely just maybe try and play around with some websites on the side, see what you can do, see what works, see what doesn't work. And one thing that I found myself doing quite a lot when I first started out, which sadly I don't see so much now, is just get on Twitter and just ask questions. Ask lots and lots of questions, even if they're dumb or stupid or silly questions. Who cares? I think that was something I did a lot when I was younger, and maybe sometimes people are too scared to say something on there or ask questions because they might look silly or stupid. But I've accepted the fact I look silly or stupid, so it doesn't really matter for me, so I might as well ask them,
Love that. Okay, so for this episode to feel complete for you, how any last comments, and how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so I don't have any last comments. I just thank you for having me on the show, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah, if people want to get hold of me, I think, I do have a digital PR course, but I've also got a free newsletter, which every week sends just a tip on digital PR, how to do it, or some tools that I found or whatever. And if you want to sign up to that, it's just tips.digitalprcourse.com.
Love it. Tips.digitalpr.
I'm on Twitter as well. If you just Google my name, Mark Rofe or whatever, just ignore all the Billboard articles.
Yeah, so it was tips at tips.digitalprcourse.com.
That's right, yeah.
Love it. Okay. All right, guys. Can you hold on for one quick second while I sign off here? Just hold on for one quick second. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to support our sponsors. We have SEOnitro.com for some backlinks, and also for some digital PR. Also, go check out search-intelligence.co.uk. All right, till next time, I will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, because the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe.